Hi, this is Grady Pruitt again from SuccessBuildingBlocks.com. I want to thank you for watching this video. Um, Today I wanted to talk about curiosity. Earlier this week I wrote a post about curiosity and how it's a good thing and not necessarily a bad thing. Well, I thought I would share a couple of stories of my own about curiosity and um, kind of where some of this concept came from and how I think it can help you. Um, a number of years ago when I was a little boy, um, I was very curious. I did things that probably a lot of parents can relate to, especially if you have kids that are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Um, I was probably about a little bit younger than my oldest son is now. I have two boys, but I was probably a little bit older than my oldest son when this first incident happened. And um, one day when I was in school around second grade, um, I was talking with a group of kids about whether it would hurt if you put a rock in your ear or not. Well, I was curious as to whether it would hurt or not, and so you'll never guess what I did. Yeah, I put a rock in my ear. Not necessarily the smartest thing to do, I agree now, especially looking back on it. It did involve a trip to the emergency room to get that rock out of my ear. Uh, I don't have any problems with my hearing. Well, okay, my mom would probably disagree with that, but um, fortunately, I didn't do anything that damaged my ear. But I can tell you from experience, yes, it does hurt if you put a rock in your ear, so kids, do not try that at home. Okay, um, but that's one example of a time when I was curious. Um, my brother and I used to play out in our backyard a lot, and another time when uh, we had 3 or 4 different houses we lived at in my childhood, and we had this one place that we lived in La Mesa that was uh, I've had a couple of stepmothers, and this was the first stepmother's mother's house. And my brother and I were out in the yard playing one day, and they had a really old swing set. And I noticed one day that there was some little creatures flying around the swing set. So I decided I would investigate. And this swing set was one of those swing sets where it had like a tube, a metal tube across the top of it, and it was around this metal tube across the bar that went across the top that I was noticing these creatures flying around, and there was a hole at the end of the tube, and so I climbed up onto it was like an A-frame uh, swing set. If you know, the frame on either side of the swing set formed an A. And so like I got up on the crossbar of the A to stand, and I looked inside the tube. Well, guess what? There was a nest of wasps in the tube, and I got stung. Okay? Now, you'd think I would know from that point on not to really pay attention to that. Well, okay. Another time, this was in another house in San Angelo, Texas, where this happened to be, I don't remember if this was our first house that we lived in San Angelo, or if this was when we lived next door in the house that used to be my great-grandfather's house. But my brother and I were out in the backyard playing again, and I don't remember if this incident happened first or the other one that happened first, but it doesn't really matter. But you know, we were playing out in the yard. We were playing out in the yard, and I see some bugs flying around. And this swing set had a little cap on it, so I was like, okay, you know, there's probably not anything in there, but I'm just gonna look and see what was in there. And you know what? There was a nest of wasps in the swing set, and I got stung again. And you know, you could probably look at that and say, hey, you know, you should have learned the first time, dummy. And you're probably right. But you know, those are a couple of incidences where curiosity did get me hurt. But the thing is curiosity has helped me far more than it has ever hurt me. I have been curious about a number of things in my life. One of the things that kind of has been a long-running theme in my life is computer graphics and animation. It started way back when I was young, playing Nintendo games and other games on the computer, and I developed a fascination for playing video games. And so, like, some of my early introduction into computers, part of why I got into computers to begin with was because I was interested in doing video games. Well, I went to school and studied computers, but most of what I studied was business programming, and it was fun. I enjoyed the puzzle of it, but it really wasn't what I was interested in doing, and it wasn't until a number of years later, as the internet got more developed and a couple of tools started getting better and better, and these tools became more and more accessible, easier to find, and there became more and more videos on how to do these programs, that I began to explore programs like GIMP and Blender, and being able to do uh, graphics for web pages, and being able to do 3D graphics and animation. The 3D and graphics and animation has kind of been like a long-running theme, because ever since the introduction of DVDs and bonus features, I have been a bonus feature junkie. Between, you know, obviously I like to create stories. If you remember my last video, I talked about my experiences with NaNoWriMo, and then of course, you know, doing the video game, you know, doing the graphics. I was kind of interested in how they put together movies, both from a from a technology standpoint, and how they did the computer graphics, but also, you know, how they just put the story together. Um, you know, how the actors, you know, came. You know, I was fascinated by all aspects of it. So of movie making. So, you know, it kind of was a no-brainer, really, that I kind of got back into computer graphics, and in fact, some of that led to some of the things that I've been doing lately, such as the 3D modeling course that I've been taking. And one of the things that I'm working on now is working on developing my skills with computer graphics. Well, all of that came about because of curiosity and wondering how you do computer graphics, and exploring that curiosity. One of the things that I mentioned in my post is that one of the greatest explorations that you can do is a self-exploration. And I just wanted to mention my brother's website, Life's Hope Media, and its companion website, Embracing Life Today. It's lifeshopemedia.com and embracinglifetoday.com. And both of those sites are basically very much along the same lines that I have done, as far as teaching people how to become a better person. He has a slightly different take on things than I do, but I would encourage you to check his stuff out because you may be able to relate to some of the things that he says a little bit better than me. And he does have some coaching services, whereas I at this time don't, although I might at some point in the future. So I just wanted to share a couple of stories on curiosity and how it can be beneficial. Uh, if you have a story that you'd like to share on how curiosity has helped you, be sure and leave a comment, leave a video comment, leave a comment in the below. Feel free to share and like this video. You can always go to my website and check out the blog post there. That's at successbuildingblocks.com. And this is Grady saying so long for now, and good luck using your curiosity to help build your success one block at a time.